in connection with this question, do you not have to inquire into how thoughts are illusory? You have to intellectually investigate if I'm choosing thoughts or if they are just appearing. I find that inquiry is necessary so that I can just let them come and let them go, give freedom to the mind. Am I right in understanding that does take effort and inquiry and investigation to be fully convinced that thoughts are just coming and they're illusory and interfering doesn't help?
So here, the thought comes, without thought we cannot do anything. So you have to have some thought. So thought comes for our help. Some thoughts may be unnecessary. So you need not try to correct the thoughts. I must keep myself without any unnecessary thought. So you need not protect yourself permanently without having any unnecessary thought. So let it come and let it go. We need to worry about it. So the main thing is that some freedom must be there. We should not restrict anything. This should not happen to me. We should not place any border like this. Nothing should enter within the border. We should not place any block like this. So we have to psychologically we have to be wide open, or we have to open our mind widely without any doors. Whatever comes, let it come. But whenever want to have retained something, then when the door is needed to keep something in. And we have to allow the coming and going in a natural way. But if it is necessary, we can take hold of anything for the external use. If it is not for the use, we need not worry about that. It will come and go naturally. We will not worry about anything. But thought is necessary.
Yeah. But do I not have to think about thoughts to see they just come and go? If I have the idea, I make my thoughts, I need to inquire and investigate whether I do or not.
So in the preliminary stage, we have to inquire. Without inquiry, we cannot find out the truth.
Yeah.
So we have to find out the truth. For that, we have to inquire. Then only we can understand there is nothing to do here. So this understanding comes out of inquiry alone. Without inquiry, how can we come here? Otherwise, we can have a way of surrender. In the way of surrender, in the school of surrender, you need not have any inquiry. Without inquiry, you can surrender. You must have some faith upon God or anything, and you totally rely upon the faith, and God will look after everything, including my thoughts and everything. I don't have any work on my part. If you put your entire burden upon the hands of God, then no work is there. So here no inquiry is there. Without inquiry also you may have the thing, but it is for a limited people. Nobody can easily come to this state of total surrender. So it can be possible only for a few.
Yeah.
One out of crores, only out of millions. It is not possible. But if you select the way of inquiry, everybody can enter. Yeah. It is common to all. A common man can understand. A common man come to the highest state. But inquiry is necessary.
Yeah. Good. Thank you.
So how continue? This inquiry, which is necessary, it's a mental activity, psychologically only, and it's a kind of a doing inside.
Doing. So inquiry is a doing.
Yeah. So how long when is the point that we can say, okay, we inquired enough and this is enough? Because the feeling of being separate, or the feeling of being this body, or controlling the thought and controlling everything, is something which is very in us. And so this inquiry makes it more spacious in a way, and you doubt it and see that it's not necessary. But when is the point that you say, okay, I inquired enough and now there's nothing more to do, let it all happen? Because otherwise you keep...
For example, if you are going to find out or create a cell phone for yourself, and you are the first person to create the cell phone, it may take years together. Many years may take. But if somebody has constructed the cell phone, and you can copy that, and it's very simple. You can understand how it functions, how it happens. So it is very easy, because many school of thoughts comes for your help. You can select something and you can make your inquiry very easily, and you can in a very short time it is enough. You need not have a very long time to come to a conclusion. The main thing is that you have to come to a correct conclusion and have a open inquiry with open heart. If you have to come to a conclusion, very soon you can come to a conclusion, because you have, but at the same time you have tried in many ways for some times. So that that serves as a background, and for that 1 or 2 years is enough. But if you have sufficient background, 1 or 2 years or time is enough. And because you have already have some experience on various ways, and you find it is an endless game. And if you understand in a correct way, within a very short period you can have the total understanding. So you need not inquire endlessly. Very soon, because it is not because without any help of, you have to inquire without any help of other people, then it may take long time. But you are inquire it with the help of other people, other thoughts, other school of thought, and in a protected manner you are inquiring. So very little amount of energy, little amount of inquiry is enough. You need not be very, it will not take very long time.
But I should not measure the inquiry according to how I feel, because sometimes I feel, even though I come to this conclusion by inquiry, sometimes I feel like the way I act or the way I behave or think is not accordance to the conclusion that I arrived to. So this is not the measure or the yardstick through which I need to say, okay, I inquired enough or not. Because this may happen, I'm just incorrect.
So here, the psychological world, we have find out in very in the early stage itself, we can find out what is correct and what is wrong. And find there is nothing to do in the psychological world. But at the same time, we are living in the external world, and there is no work. For example, if we have some sufficient work and there in the external world, we need not confuse with the external world. So because we have sufficient work, we have some we are in a position to do many work. So in this time, we will have a little time to attend our psychological world. So because most of the time we are engaged in the external work. But when we have no external work, we will have only the psychological world. And when we are in the psychological world, we may have the chance each and every moment whether we are right always, or we can have the intention to verify ourselves whether I am right or wrong, whether I am right or wrong. But we need not face you psychologically. We need not show your attention to the psychological world. We have to put it as a natural way. Then our only concern is only in the external world. But we need not always turn our face towards the psychological world. But here in the external world, we must have some goal. Then only we have some work. Otherwise, no work will be there. So, whether we have some work or not, whether we can execute our goal or not, we have to place some goal. Then only we'll have some drive to work in the external world. For the time being, you need not to do anything. But anyhow, you have to have some goal. For example, you are driving a car. Your destination is to some 1,000 kilometers away from here. So if that is your destination. Then you have to drive the car. But whenever you start driving, the destination will not come in front of your car. You have to go very long. It may take many days or itself. Many hours, many days it may take. But at the same time, what is in front of you is if the traffic alone is in front of you. But in the traffic, you may have the necessity to wait till the clearance of the traffic. So, waiting till the clearance of the traffic does not mean that you are against your goal, against your destination. So, our day-to-day activities will be like that. So, anyhow, you have to have a goal. Then only you will have some drive to act in the external world. Whether it is possible now or not doesn't matter. Anyhow, you have to have a goal with some long-term idea. Some long-term goal you must have. Then only you will have some drive in this actual world. For that, when you are properly engaged in the day-to-day activities, you may have the least chance to look into the happenings of the psychological world. So, psychological world is concerned, we have to understand and reject the psychological world itself. There is nothing to find out. When you complete your enquiry and finding out no work is there, then you will give total freedom to that. We need not often, whether it is functioning properly or not, we need not always verify that.
Yeah. My question, you said when you complete your inquiry, and this is not clear, when is the inquiry considered to be complete? Because always there's a thing that I can inquire more.
So you have to come to a conclusion whether you have any work in the psychological world or not. That answer, if I have some work there, then we have to inquire more. But if you find, but intellectual finding is not. But in spite of your understanding that no work is there, something may happen unconsciously. For example, when you are fear or sorrow, naturally you will want to be free from that. That we are creating some work, some unnecessary, unconscious work. But don't mind the unconscious work. But consciously, whether you have decided to work in the psychological world or not, that alone is the question. But deliberately you are not taking the stand. We are sure no work is there. But if you have some idea that some work is there, then, but in that time alone, we have to inquire whether some work is there or not.
I have no doubt about the question that there is no need to work internally, psychologically. I have doubt about when, if I take this belief too prematurely, in a sense. Like if I got this message a few years ago and someone told me this, it would brought me probably nowhere, because I would just stuck in the same place that I was and wouldn't be able to listen to new teaching and everything that I went through. So also now I have this doubt that if I adopt this, although I know this is the ultimate understanding, but not to make it just another belief, and again maybe I miss something that I can understand more.
So here, there are, for example, when you are inquiring something, and we'll have some decision where we come to a conclusion, and this must be like that, this must not be like, we'll come to a conclusion. But through belief also, we have to come to a conclusion. The conclusion we have to arrive. Belief may be behind your conclusion, or your inquiry may be behind your conclusion. But if you are sure with your conclusion, then you need, repeatedly if you are inquiring like that, then you are dismissing the conclusion itself. But for that we need not worry about whether it may be for your belief. For example, each and every moment you need not inquire. Whenever you are driving the car towards a destination, each and every step where I am going to, whether I am going to the destination or need not, each and every moment you need not inquire. So you are going to the destination, that's all. But here there is no, here we are understand we have come to a conclusion that no work is there. So in that conclusion, in the point of conclusion, the inquiry and beliefs are same. There is no difference between inquiry and belief. If you reopen the thing and once again we are having come to a conclusion with the help of inquiry, is not necessary. For in that sense, even belief itself is belief. There is no difference between inquiry and belief. The main thing is that we have to come to a conclusion. If you come to a conclusion, that is all right. So your conclusion is it is a conclusive understanding. Because before come to a conclusion, you use your inquiry in all respect, and then only you come to a conclusion. But each and every moment, if you sit on inquiry for once again, you start the inquiry again and again, again you will have the same conclusion. So repeatedly, if you select the way of inquiry again and again, for example, you are driving the car to a particular place and you are inquiring many persons whether the road will take you to the destination, and everybody say like that. But instead of that, you are again and again, each and every step you are getting down from the car and inquiry, then not necessary. You may take it as a belief itself, doesn't matter. First of all, you are inquiring properly. Afterwards, you can take it as a belief itself, you can take. Because you have to have a conclusion. The conclusion will act.
I believe you mean that I believe in my intellectual understanding, I believe in the conclusion that I made, and I am not going, and I'm going to stay with this conclusion. And I found out that there is nothing to do as far as the psychological aspect is concerned. Everything happens on its own. This is what you mean here?
Yeah. Okay. So through belief, for example, if you believe God will do everything, I have no work. Okay. And you have the belief and you have the conclusion that you have no work on your part. Everything is happening on its own. So in that way also you may rely upon the belief. So here you are inquire properly, and you may believe the result, finding of the inquiry itself. Again and again you need not inquire.
Okay.
But the main thing is that our face must turn towards the outside. It should not turn towards the inside. That's the main thing. So whenever we turn our face inside, then we will have some doubt whether I am going properly, I am on the road or off the road. Yeah, some good thing is happening. You may feel, oh, I am in the road. So some unwanted thing may happen. So whether I am on the road or not, I may have the doubt. So let it be natural.